What's up, guys? Welcome to this review of Marriage Story, a new Netflix film from Noah Baumbach, starring Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver as a married couple who, once upon a time, were happily married. Everything is going really well, arguably, still is, and yet they're going through a divorce. That's the whole film summed up. It's essentially what happens to a married couple who's going through a divorce. And it's a good film. I don't think it's great, but it is good. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. There are moments where it's a little on the slow side. It's a really emotional film as well. The two leads in this film, Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson, are brilliant. They're going for Academy Award nominations here. Whether they get them or not, I don't know. But they're brilliant performances, probably career best performances, I would say. They make the characters so relatable, so grounded, so real. This is a film that's trying to be as realistic as possible. It's less a film, more of a documentary, and I'll get into that in a bit more later on and how it captures that. But the story is very, again, realistic and grounded. There's not a lot to say about the story except that it is so believable. But I would say the film maybe is a little too long. It's about 2 hours, 15 minutes. You probably could have chopped off about 20 minutes of it or something. The story is well paced overall, I would say. It has a constant slowish pace throughout it. There aren't moments where it's like super exciting or inviting. This isn't going to appeal to everyone. It is a drama film. There are bits of comedy in there as well, but because the drama is so emotional and so real, the comedy fails at times to provide levity. So often the comedy just comes across as inappropriate in certain places. Not bad, it's not funny, but it just feels like it's not funny enough to do what it's meant to be doing. But let's move on and talk about the characters, because there really isn't too much to say about the story. Like I said, it is about a divorce, and yeah, there's nothing really surprising about it, nothing really shocking, or there's no real like twists or turns in there. So that's maybe a disappointment, but I do think it's very insightful that way on. And I think the themes and messages of this film are very clear. Is that, hey, if you're going through a divorce, if you're in a tough relationship, you know, watch this film. This is basically saying, hey, you might be falling out with this love person and what you're doing, but is it really worth getting a divorce? A divorce can be really dirty, especially when you pull in the lawyers. And I think it's actually based on the history of the writer-director Noah Baumbach. Anyway, the characters. Great performances, like I said, really grounded, really realistic. Scarlett Johansson plays like an actress or an actor, whatever, who started out in a film, done really well, but then moved into theatre where she met her husband, and she's been stuck in theatre ever since because her husband is a theatre director and he's kind of been like suggesting, hey, stick to theatre or whatever. And then Adam Driver, of course, he is the theatre director. They've got a son, so the divorce proceedings do get very like aggressive over who gets custody and all that lot. All the side characters are really enjoyable. Most of them are like lawyers. So you've got like Alan Alda, Ray Liotta, and Laura Dern popping up there as different lawyers. They've all got their own unique personalities and unique styles and quirks, which I really liked. The side characters are just as well developed as the main characters. Well, maybe not just as well, because the main characters are really super developed. It's not a criticism necessarily, but because the film does focus primarily on Adam Driver, it is like a joint lead performance kind of thing with Scarlett and Adam, but Adam is more of a lead than Scarlett is. So because of that, we see things from his perspective for the most part, which means that so often the film's kind of, sort of, by default, making Scarlett Johansson the villain. And I don't think that's the intention of the writer and director. I don't think they want Scarlett Johansson to be seen as the villain. But because we're seeing so much from Adam Driver's perspective, we're relating more to Adam Driver. Which means that she does, again, by default, become the villain. But I think one of the things the film's trying to say is that there aren't really any villains here, except maybe the law, the system, and the lawyers. It's a thin line that they're trying to cross there, and for the most part it works. For the most part they are saying, right, well yeah, Scarlett Johansson's character has done this thing which is kind of bad, is a bit of villainous, but hey, there's so much good things going on here. And then at the same time, Adam Driver, he's done some bad stuff as well. So it's not like one's good, one's bad. They are really like balanced that way on. It's just we do see more from Adam Driver. But I want to talk about the production. This is where I think the film really shines, in that the way that it's filmed is really unique. It's got a very interesting aspect ratio. It's very tall, very tight, almost box shaped. It's not 4:3, but it's like maybe, yeah, I'm not even going to go into that. But it's not, it's very tight, and it looks like it's filmed on an iPhone or something, and that's not a bad thing. The use of lighting is very naturalistic, very realistic. The use of makeup and costumes is very believable and realistic as well. This feels like it's a homemade movie in many ways, and that adds to the believability of it all. It feels like, right, this couple's going through this very real, very believable situation. Let's just put some cameras here and watch it happen. It feels less like a film, more of a documentary, and that really works well in the film's favor. There's like a lot of film grain, very tight. Feels like you're really like getting forced into this scene with them. There's a lot of long takes as well, so you're seeing, like Scarlett Johansson, for example, has a lot of moments where she's just sitting in front of a camera talking, and you can see the emotion on her face. It's a long, like several minutes long, where she's just going on and on and on about something. That sounds like it's bad. It's not. It's a good thing. It shows that, one, she can act. She's a really good actor, regardless of what some of the things she's said or done in recent years, which makes it really hard to like Scarlett Johansson at times. But the bottom line with this film is it's really well made. It's not going to be for everyone. It is emotional. There is comedy in there that provides some levity, but not enough, I don't think. The acting is brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised if they get some big award nominations. And yeah, I liked it. It's a good film. Not going to go into spoilers. There really isn't too much to say in there. I will say, however, that I love the ending. The ending has a bit of a callback to the beginning, where it like comes full circle almost, and I like that quite a bit. The ending very emotional. So yeah, I would say go check it out if you like drama films, or if you just want to see what could be their finest performances. So yeah, if you've liked this review, subscribe to my channel. That means a lot to me. I can make more content if you subscribe, because that shows you support me. And go on to Twitter and Instagram, follow me at @the_Grant Burton. I post things on there fairly regularly. Often before I can even get my reviews onto my YouTube channel, I post opinions on there. So check that out too. Until next time though, thanks for watching.